Hi, my name is Cassie Sienna. This is my first talking video on YouTube because I normally do music. I'm making this video about a very important topic that has been going on since the beginning of time. I'm going to be talking about bullying. Me and my best friend Justin have recently looked into the number of people who have killed themselves due to bullying. We were stunned to find out that there are far from few, but that there are actually a staggering amount of people whose lives ended before they barely began. Here are some of their stories. Tyler Clementi was 18 years old and had just enrolled in his first year of college. The roommate that he was assigned decided that one day he was going to be a peeping Tom and put a webcam in his dorm to spy on Tyler. What he saw, he broadcasted live across the internet. Tyler was seen by everyone on the World Wide Web having a sexual encounter with another man. The roommate tweeted, "Roommate asked for the room till midnight. I went into Molly's room and turned on my webcam. I saw him making out with another dude. Yay." As soon as he took notice of this fact, he jumped off a bridge and ended his life. Megan Meyer was bullied all through school and suffered from depression since the 3rd grade. But worst of all, she was a victim of cyberbullying. Megan's mom and dad allowed her to open a MySpace page under their supervision and said that their 13-year-old daughter had never been happier than when she had received her first affectionate note from a boy named Josh Evans. He would comment on her pictures telling her she was pretty and that she had beautiful eyes. For about a month, he sent her messages saying things like, "Lucky me and lucky you 'cause you're my number one." And then one day the cruelty started. Josh started saying horrible things to her and sending her nasty messages saying things like, "The world would be a better off place without you and have a shitty rest of your life." This, coming from a boy who only a day ago had meant everything to this young and innocent girl. This resulted in young Megan hanging herself from her very own bedroom closet. Who, might you ask, who the boy who made her end her life was? No other than a fake account created by a mother who lived in their very own neighborhood. A mother who attended Megan's funeral. Seth Walsh was a 13-year-old boy who was ridiculed for being gay. Seth came out as gay in the 6th grade and was constantly made fun of and pushed into lockers or physically harmed in numerous ways. Seth's mother informed the school on many occasions, but the school did nothing. When she addressed the vice principal on the matter, he simply said to her, "Remind me next year." One day Seth called his mother and said that he had to be picked up from school because a bunch of kids were going to beat him up. His mother came and got him, and when she did, she seen 3 boys and 1 girl following him and could see that he was very frightened. After that, Seth's mother brought him home, and they talked for a little while. Afterwards, he asked her to borrow a pen. He went outside. 10 minutes later, his mother went outside. She assumed that he was picking plums from the tree. She walked over to go talk to him, and then realized that he was hanging from the tree. Ashlyn Connor was a 10-year-old honor student who struggled with bullying in both the school and the community. Kids called her a slut and said that she was fat and ugly. To try to avoid the bullying, Ashlyn begged her mother to be homeschooled, but she refused. The very next day, that 10-year-old girl hung herself and ended her life. What's sickening is that young Ashlyn wasn't even the youngest child I researched that committed suicide. The youngest was an 8-year-old girl named Tori Blair Wilson, who had also hung herself due to bullying. I'm sure you've all heard about the tragic story of Jamie Hubley's suicide, also due to being bullied for being gay. If you haven't, just look it up. I dare you to read it without breaking into tears, because I know I sure couldn't. But something really struck me about Jamie's death after watching his YouTube videos. He had the most amazing singing voice. He could have really became something, but now he's dead. Mitchell Wilson was an 11-year-old boy who suffered from muscular dystrophy. He was tormented by bullies at school who picked on him because of his disability. He was afraid to return to school after he was attacked and robbed. After the attack, Mitchell became uncharacteristically moody and irritable, and stopped going on walks, which doctors had said would help with his disorder. September 6, 2011, Mitchell Wilson was found dead in his bedroom, on the morning he was supposed to start a new school year. Marjorie Raymond was a 15-year-old girl who was picked on for 3 years. She was ridiculed by a large group of girls till it came to the point where they were surrounding her and saying nasty things to her in the schoolyard on a daily basis. November 28th, 15-year-old Marjorie Raymond killed herself. What happened to her tormentors, you might ask? Nothing more than a 5-day suspension. Nothing broke my heart more than when I read the story about a 13-year-old boy named Asher Brown. Asher was picked on for his size, his religion, the fact that he didn't wear name-brand clothing, and also because of his sexual orientation. The bullying went on for about 2 years. His parents notified everyone they could, but once again the school did nothing about it. He had 4 boys who tormented him every day. The day before his death there was an incident where they tripped him down 1 flight of stairs, and then while he was getting up trying to collect himself, they pushed him down the 2nd flight of stairs. So, at 13 years old, as innocent as they come, he could take the pain no more. So young, and yet these bullies made him hate life so much that he chose to end it. 13-year-old Asher Brown committed suicide by shooting himself in the face. After reading this, I finally decided that enough was enough, and I was going to do all I could to spread the awareness of this cause. So I'm reaching out to all of you. These people had not even begun to live half their lives, and now they're gone. Gone because of something that could have been so easily prevented. Don't let someone you know or love become the next victim. To all those who torment people for your own amusement, take a second to ask yourself, what do you really get out of it? As once said in the movie Mean Girls, calling someone fat doesn't make you any skinnier. Calling someone ugly doesn't make you any prettier. And calling someone a faggot doesn't make you any more of a man. If anything, it makes you less of a man. Because that boy you just called a faggot at least has enough pride and courage to be proud of who he is, rather than someone who belittles other people to feel good about themselves. In my eyes, that boy you call a faggot is more of a man than you'll ever be. And to those who watch others being bullied in the hallways, to me you're just as bad as their tormentors, because you sit and you watch and you don't do a single thing to stop it. In the eyes of the victim, that's more hurtful than any words a bully could throw at them. It's the pain of knowing that nobody even cares enough to do anything about it. So I say enough is enough. It's not just words or taunts or pushes or shoves anymore. People are dying because of it. So I will no longer be a bystander, and neither should any of you. Alone we are weak, but together we are strong. Reach out to those who fear to stick up for themselves. Because for all you know, you might just save somebody's life. Pause up forever.